Two espresso machines. One cost $1,000, one cost $300. Same beans, same dose, same hands. The $300 machine made the better shot. This is not a clickbait setup. This is the most expensive mistake in home espresso, and almost everybody makes it. The machine is not the bottleneck. The grinder is. Here is the rule. I'm going to give you the exact ratio of how to split a coffee budget between the machine and the grinder. I'm going to show you the 4 grinder upgrades that move the cup in order of how much they move it. And I'm going to name the 2 grinders that are actually worth buying right now under $500. By the end of this video, you will know whether to upgrade your machine, your grinder, or neither. Espresso is hot water forced through a compressed bed of coffee grounds at high pressure. 3 variables matter: water temperature, water pressure, the grind. Every espresso machine on the market over $300 produces water in the correct temperature window. Every modern pump hits 9 bars of pressure. These are solved problems. They have been solved for 30 years. The grind is not a solved problem. The grind is where 90% of the variance lives. Grind size, grind uniformity, grind temperature, grind retention from one shot to the next. This is where your cup is decided. The machine just delivers water to whatever you put in the basket. Here is the rule the entire specialty coffee world quietly agrees on and almost no consumer hears. Spend half your coffee budget on the grinder. If you have $1,000 to spend, that is $500 on the machine and $500 on the grinder. If you have $600, that is $300 on each. If you have $2,000, that is $1,000 on each. Most people walk into the store with $1,000 and walk out with a $1,000 machine and a $150 grinder. They go home, they pull a sad shot, and they blame the machine. The machine is not the problem. This is the single most important sentence in this video. The grinder is the upstream of every variable that matters. The machine is the downstream. Optimize upstream. A grinder cuts the bean into particles. The size of those particles controls how fast water passes through. The uniformity of those particles controls how evenly the water extracts. A cheap grinder produces a wide distribution. Some particles are dust, some are boulders. The dust extracts fast and overcooks. The boulders extract slow and stay sour. You drink the average and it tastes muddy. A good grinder produces a tight distribution. Almost every particle is the same size. Water extracts evenly. You taste what the roast is actually doing. This is why a $300 machine with a $500 grinder beats a $1,000 machine with a $100 grinder. The machine cannot fix a bad grind. The grinder can flatten the limitations of a modest machine. Number 1, burr size. Bigger burrs grind faster and cooler. Cool grinds taste better. 58mm burrs are the modern home minimum. Number 2, burr geometry. Conical burrs produce a slightly broader distribution but more body. Flat burrs produce a tighter distribution with more clarity. For light and medium roasts, flat wins. For dark, conical wins. For most people drinking medium, flat. Number 3, single dose versus hopper. Single dose grinders weigh the beans you are about to grind, dump them all in, and grind every one out. No retention, no staleness. This is the workflow modern specialty has moved to. Number 4, stepless adjustment. Cheap grinders click into preset positions. You cannot tune between them. Stepless grinders let you move the burrs by a hair, which is exactly the range that matters for espresso. Stepless is non-negotiable for serious home use. If your current grinder is missing any 2 of these 4, that is your next upgrade, not the machine. Under $500, only 2 grinders matter right now. The DF54, 54mm flat burrs, single dose, stepless, around $350. This is the best dollar-for-dollar grinder you can put on a counter today. It looks good, it is quiet, the cleanup is honest. The eurekaspecialita, 55mm flat burrs, hopper fed, stepless via micrometric adjustment, around $500. Less retention than older Eurekas. Better long-term build than the DF54. If you are not a single dose convert, this is your machine. Above $500, two options. The nichezero 63 millimeter conical, around $750. The DF64V 64 millimeter flat, around $600. Niche if you drink medium to dark. DF64 if you drink light to medium. Below $350, there is no espresso grinder I recommend. The Baratza Encore ESP is fine for entry, but you will outgrow it in 9 months. Plan the budget so you do not pay twice. $600 total budget. $300 to a Gaja Classic Pro or a refurbished Rancilio Silvia. $300 to a DF54. You will pull a better shot than 90% of people with twice your budget. $1,200 total budget. $600 to a Lilith Anna or a Breville dual boiler on sale. $600 to a nichezero or a DF64V. This is the sweet spot of home espresso. $2,000 total. $1,000 on a Lilith Mara X, $1,000 on a niche or a Lagome Mini. Stop. Do not go higher unless you have already roasted the difference into your palate. Most people cannot taste a $3,000 machine over a $1,000 machine. Almost everyone can taste a $300 grinder over a $100 grinder. There is a point at which the machine starts to matter again. It is higher than people think. It is when you want to control temperature within 1 degree across the shot. It is when you want pressure profiling, where the pressure ramps up and down through the extraction. It is when you want a flow control valve. These features change the cup, but only after the grinder is already at the level where it is not the bottleneck. If your grinder is the bottleneck, the temperature stability of a $2,000 machine is wasted. The order is grinder, then machine. Always. There is no scenario where the reverse is correct. If you take one thing from this video, look at the grinder next to your espresso machine right now. Compare what you paid for the grinder to what you paid for the machine. If the grinder is less than half, that is your next upgrade. Sell the machine before you upgrade it if you have to. Get the grinder right. The full pairing chart with current prices, the bean recommendations that pair with each burr type, and the workflow I run every morning is on the Substack. Free. Link in the description. Subscribe. Long form Monday, shorts midweek. Next Monday is the morning stack I run instead of coffee. The 4 compounds, the doses, the timing. See you in it.